Debbie Binder, our clerk, and Teri Weingarden, our treasurer. Teri, good morning.
Good morning, Dave. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Thank you for joining us here this
Thank
morning.
you. Thanks for
And Debbie, good to have you back here again.
Good morning, Dave. Always a pleasure to see your enthusiasm for a project. Wonderful.
I'm sorry. I'm fired up about this. You both are long-term residents of our community. Okay, me too. I was born not in the house. I was born at the hospital of Providence, but I grew up at a house at Maple and Middlebelt. Okay, so when I was a little kid, and we all know that was a long time ago, this is where I would ride my bike, okay? We would hang out here. This was all farms. None of these businesses were here. Orchard Lake Road was barely a paved road. It was very small. There was a couple of gas stations at the corner of Maple and Orchard, and that was about it. There's nothing going on here. We'd go to the farms to get our food, and there was an apple orchard behind my house where there's now a subdivision that seems like it's been there forever. So to look out today at this and see this is, wow. And let's be honest, as our community grew up, Teri Weingarden, it grew really fast, and I don't know how really prepared we were for all the cars that were coming and going, and a lot of them even just coming through our community, right?
Yeah, I've actually lived here since I'm 5 years old.
You too. So you get it.
I'm a lifer, so I remember what you're talking about. In fact, the corner of Orchard Lake and Walnut, I had a friend who had a goat farm. And I remember going to school one day and telling my teacher, the goat ate my homework.
And you weren't lying.
Nope, there was a big bite taken out of it.
That's funny. I've known you for a while. I haven't heard that story. That's a good one. No, we grew really quickly from an agricultural-based community, a little bit of suburban thing, to a massively fast-growing, one of the most desirable, if not the most desirable places to live in all of southeastern Michigan. And then just traffic blew up, Debbie. It did.
We have certain assets here that other communities can't have, with 28 lakes. So I know my dad, when he was younger, came out here to Cass Lake. They had a cottage. So we were also a destination spot for people for their summer homes.
Well, absolutely. We got everything going for us, but people do need to be able to get in and out of the community effectively. And that's been a little bit of a challenge. So I look fired up. I'm really fired up because this roadway,
it's
just
an
starting from
day.
The roadway standpoint, Teri, you've driven it. The roadway, it's pretty darn good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really nice. It allows people to take a more systematic and leisurely approach going down the road. There's easy turnarounds that a boulevard provide. People can stop and check out some of our amazing businesses, including restaurants and shops. And we really have premier establishments here. We're not a big box community. We're more of a small boutique community with really, high-end places to eat different types of food and shop. So we want people to drive and stop and shop and enjoy. And
I'm a spectator in the whole process. You've been a participant in making what we now have. Talk a little bit about what you and those before you have tried to accomplish with regard to creating some kind of a sense of a business community in a downtown.
Yeah, we realized that we're not Birmingham, and we weren't built out that way. We're always called a bedroom community. So we're basically a home-based area, which is really nice. Locally owned businesses. Like I said, we don't do the big box shops. We don't have the fast food restaurants. We've always tried to be a little bit more upscale and homegrown here. And so it's been a really nice idea to have a boulevard approach, so it feels more like a downtown community. I love some of the roundabouts we have, but I definitely didn't think this was the place for a roundabout.
Maple and Orchard Lake Road.
Yeah, so I really appreciate that the Road Commission, worked collaboratively with us to...
Well, let's be honest. From what I understand, and talking to Marshall earlier, when the Road Commission originally came to West Bloomfield, that was a roundabout.
That's what they wanted.
They wanted a roundabout, and we worked with them. Great job in the township to get what was best for the township.
Yeah, and there's a new commissioner. The person who runs the road commission is new, and he's been willing to work with us, and we have a collaborative board now, so I think that's definitely helping. It's a partnership, not a fight, and they're doing our projects, which we really appreciate, and we're cooperating with them too. So I think there's just a lot more collaboration now in the community.
Well, I think it worked. The verdict is in based on the last couple of weeks, just from a traffic standpoint, but I think it worked.
Oh, absolutely. What do you think, Debbie?
I think it worked, and I think it's also, as much as we're a bedroom community, we're still 65,000 residents
Yes.
that like to find businesses and
Sure.
opportunity right near home, restaurants, dining out, shopping, and we are trying to create that self-contained downtown feel so that they
Do
feel
you
like
two both believe in seeing more business activity here, or this continuing to be a hub where people in West Bloomfield will come to shop?
Oh, I think people absolutely do their shopping. In fact, I know I eat in West Bloomfield. I shop in West Bloomfield. I work out in West Bloomfield. I try to really make sure that I frequent the businesses in West Bloomfield. I appreciate them supporting us. And as I said, nothing against the big malls. But you walk into a nice shop here and you can get something unique and really different. And it's nice to have that more personalized feel. When you're putting on your clothes, it's not the same outfit every other person in Michigan's wearing, and that's kind of nice. And a lot of these people live in West Bloomfield, and they're local business owners, and that's really nice.
Right. I mean, we're not Plymouth. We're not Birmingham. We're not Royal Oak. We're not Ferndale. We're West Bloomfield. But I think now we have something that is uniquely West Bloomfield.
Absolutely.
Don't you think?
I kind of joke. I put on more miles going up and down Orchard Lake Road. So it's exciting. It's an exciting day in West Bloomfield.
A lot easier to walk it now, too, don't you
Yes.
think? I mean, it's hard to tell with all the snow out there today. but
Yeah,
just-
maybe not today, Dave.
No, but I think it's been hard to walk this in the past.
And we have so many trail networks in West Bloomfield. So thank you to our Parks and Recreation Department. I mean, if you think about all the things to do in West Bloomfield, you definitely can spend money in West Bloomfield. You can fine dine and, like I said, shop in boutiques. But you also can do a lot of things in West Bloomfield as a family that costs nothing. You can go to our amazing library. You can go to all our beautiful parks, like Marshbank is just spectacular. You can walk on the trail network. You can bike. There's just so much you can do in West Bloomfield, especially if you want to be active.
We even have parks for dogs.
That's true.
We're joined by Debbie Binder, who is our township clerk, and Teri Weingarden, who is our treasurer. I talked to Suzanne Bellinger from the Chamber of Commerce earlier this morning, and we have the art festival here every year, the Orchard Lake Fine Arts Festival, and it happens right here. Do you think we can do more things like that? Does this roadway create opportunities for more things like this?
Yeah, yes, and in fact, we were even talking about possibly at some point, having food trucks, maybe on a monthly basis, probably more on the town hall campus. Maybe at some point, I don't know if we'll be able to maybe have some sort of a farmer's market, but we are really trying to think about ways to continue to encourage our community to gather. We have some pretty amazing walks. We have the Friendship Walk, we have the MLK Walk, so we do.
Can we do some of those things down here now? I'm getting ahead of myself here.
Yeah.
I know, and you're not the one that decides this, either of you. I think independently, but could we do a parade? I would love to do a parade here in West Bloomfield. Is that possible, or
Yeah,
is
we
that something?
do,
I'm not asking for an answer now,
But we do have the homecoming parade every year.
Right.
And the police department does such an excellent job of making sure that's a safe and fun event. I know my kids have participated in that in the past with their different clubs. And we do, work closely with our police and fire to make sure we can have some different walks
And the road
parades.
commission for that, too, because any kind of road closure has to go through the road commission.
Right.
I'm
as well.
sure with anything, there's a lot of rules, regulations, administration, this, that, and the other. But look, we couldn't do it before. Now there may be some other things we can do.
Yeah,
here
absolutely.
That we didn't. Final thoughts, Debbie Binder, about this road. Observations, thoughts, feelings about today.
I think there's a lot of opportunities to explore, and I think they will emerge over the next year as we get used to how it flows. I know the focus right now in the spring is to get the landscaping on the boulevard to really be something spectacular and special and consistent with the downtown plan in the field, making a sustainable, walkable community. That is probably first on the agenda, and then I think as we see how it functions in seasonal and all the needs, I think we can explore other opportunities to make it to expand the use of what we've created with the boulevard. For right now, I think it's an exciting opportunity. I hope that it helps the businesses. I appreciate the patience that those businesses have had with how the road the changes affected them, and I look forward to moving forward in a positive direction with the community.
Teri?
I would really like to echo what Debbie said. I'm so appreciative of the businesses that hung in there with us and the residents, because we all know though we so appreciate the road commission doing our projects, they have to do the projects in a way that's economically feasible. So a lot of projects were going on at the same time. And I know a lot of residents were probably, not shopping as much. So I would say, hey, guys, the road's
Get out
ready.
there.
Get out there.
Get out
Come
there.
eat in these great restaurants. Come shop in these amazing stores. Maybe check out, we've got some new establishments. We have business owners that even during the construction open new businesses.
We've been talking about that all morning. It's absolutely amazing, and it's great.
So come enjoy West Bloomfield.
All right, good to see you two. You
Good
both
to
worked
see
so
you.
hard on behalf of our township. Thank you. Thanks for coming over this morning and fighting through the snow to get here early. We're going to do this ribbon cutting and a ceremony. We'll broadcast that live in the next couple of minutes. And I know Steve Kaplan is here. I want to say hello to him and say hello to some of the
absolutely.
folks from the Road Commission. So thank you two. Good to be with you. Thank you this morning.
Thank you for
Dave.
your commitment, Dave. Thank you.
No problem. My pleasure. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in a minute here on 89.3 WBLD, the all-new Lakes FM.